Hi, Girly Pop Society. Today we sat down with a friend of mine, Jenna Smith, who is 37-something weeks pregnant with her baby as of today. So by the time this episode comes out, I am hoping that her baby is in her arms. She shared with us her 2 birth stories, her son and her daughter. These are 2 positive, wonderful birth stories. We hope you enjoy. We believe a birth story doesn't begin with labor, it begins with her. Welcome to Girly Pop Birth Talks, where we go beyond the delivery room. Each week, we interview a woman just like you and unlike you about her pregnancy, her birth, and also her becoming, and what led her to the most transformative experience of her life. So grab a drink, a snack, and cozy up, because around here we go from laughing 1 minute to crying the next, as we listen to the stories that shape us. Because birth isn't just about babies, it's about the women who rise in the process. Jenna Smith, welcome to Girly Pop Birth Talks.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm so excited. And we have a beautiful, I was going to say I don't know what I was going to say, like a beautiful pregnant woman, but that kind of came across a little weird. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell us about you. Yes. Who are
Jenna? Yeah. So I'm a mom. I have 2 kids, a 6-year-old boy, Caden, and my daughter is 3, Haley. And then I'm due in about 2.5 weeks with my son. His name's going to be Jake.
Oh, that's so cute. What's the due date for him?
March 6th.
Is that going to be the day this podcast is out? That's a good question. I was going to say, I think it's March 5th. You could have your baby before this episode even comes out. Oh my gosh. Or right around. Yeah. Which is exciting. You could be pushing him out as we release your episode.
I actually was thinking I was in labor yesterday, but
oh my gosh,
I wasn't.
What gestation did you have? It stood up too long. No, when you weren't here, we were talking. She's doing way too much. They moved in the 3rd trimester, and she packed everything up, and
then just nesting and settling. And
it's hard.
Sometimes it's hard to wait for someone to carry up a box. I'll just carry up this box myself.
Yeah. Till your water breaks.
Yeah. There's 2 boxes of kids' books, and I was I should not. Bring those up. I didn't, but I want them upstairs. So I'm going to tell my husband when he gets home, these need to go to the baby room.
Do these, or I'm going to do it and put our baby at harm's way.
Yeah.
Whatever that phrase is. Yeah. Just take the books upstairs.
Yeah.
Do you want to share what you do for work?
Yes. So like you, I'm a registered dietitian. I work with eating disorders with adolescents, and it's my dream. So I love it. It's I was thinking how lucky I am going on maternity leave, being I kind of miss my job. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss my colleagues. And but I was also really ready to take a breather.
Yeah. I don't even know if I've told you the way our lives have been intertwined. It's so weird. I was thinking about it the other day, and nobody's going to understand this unless they're a dietitian as well. But kind of like doctors do residencies, dietitians have to do internships. And you can go get one at a college, or sometimes they're linked with a hospital. Or you can build your own, which they're very difficult to do. But you did that too, right?
Yeah,
independent.
Coordinated. You have to find all your preceptors.
IPSY? Whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So we both happen to do that, and you have to cold call and get every single requirement, which
and
is
everyone says no.
Everyone says no, because everything around here in this area specifically is difficult because they're all controlled by UC Davis and Sac State's internships. So anyway, you're going to weird places. What? I don't know what food service maybe would have been. We were both doing it back at UC Davis.
Yeah.
She went to UC Davis at a different time than me, but we both were doing our rotations there at the same time with this very odd dietitian. That was weird.
Yeah.
Not my favorite rotation.
Yes. Worst rotation,
Honestly,
but I was glad I met a friend.
Yes. And so we met, and it was so nice because when you're doing these independent ones, you don't have classmates the way that you would. And so we connected, and then we ended up taking the RD exam on the exact same day because we both lived here. So we just happened to have the same. This is what I was thinking about the other day. Because you can't talk in those rooms. So did I notice you, or you noticed me, or did we both realize?
I knew we both were taking it that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was I can't remember if I saw the back of your head.
Yeah, because I think we were both nervous to ask each other because you find out right away if you pass. But the scoring's kind of weird.
Yeah. But you guys both passed the same day?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have been dietitians the exact same amount of time. She's been in eating disorders, and she used to work at where I work now. And she was the one that was like, I really think you should get into this. And I was like, no, I could never.
What were you doing before?
Moms and babies at WIC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Jenna's the reason I got into eating disorder work.
Yeah. Because you had your Instagram, Honeydew.
Yes, Honeydew.
Yeah.
I love that name. It's so solid.
Yeah. And I feel like it's rare to meet like anti-diet dietitians too. So it's like whenever you meet a good one, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
They like know.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you to eating disorders?
So I have my own history of an eating disorder. So in my 20s, I developed one and required some pretty intensive treatment. But I would say I'm fully recovered, which is really great. And then just through treatment, I kind of knew like that's what I want to do. I want to help people now. So really, I kind of applied to a diet aid position at a treatment center in Sacramento, and I was very honest. I was like, been in recovery for like less than a year, but I'm like very solid, and I really want to go into this field. And I was like, I'll be completely honest if I'm having any struggles, but it really solidified that it was like okay for me to work in the field. I wasn't triggered at all, and if anything, I feel like it just helps me see like how dark it is to suffer from one. So
it must be really empowering for your patients too to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. And I don't really necessarily share with all of them, but I feel like it's fun to kind of know how they feel and and just like offer hope. Like there is hope for full recovery. So I really believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been fun. It's like, it's one of those stories where you're like, oh, all of this happened because I like was meant to do this. And so I feel like very lucky to have a career like that.
Yeah. That's an amazing outlook. A lot of people can't say that about their darkness, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been like the positive of a dark time.
Yeah.
Most people burn out. Like I've been in my own little burnout because it is
Yeah.
a hard
field.
world to work in, especially having daughters has been like particularly hard for me. But I think I don't know if you figured out how to not burn out with this. Right? But
it's funny. I had a parent who was like, I don't know how you do this. Like, I just don't understand how you do this. And I was like, and then their daughter got better. I'm like, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
Because you see them get better and you see them come back to life. But yeah, there's definitely times where you're like, oh my gosh, this is hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
I can't imagine navigating.
Yeah. But it's rewarding
Mhm.
work.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. So when did you and your husband meet?
So we met 2015. So it's funny when I met you because I think you met your husband like in college, right? Like I was totally like, I'm going to be a ring by spring kind of girl. I'm going to meet my husband in college and have babies right away. That didn't happen. So when I was done with treatment, I started to date online. So we met on Match, and I was actually about to just start my internship. So I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm going to focus on school. And he was like the last person that I ended up matching with. And we just clicked like in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, it was really.
Yeah, I think when I met you, you guys were pretty fresh.
Yeah, I think we were.
You were planning your wedding.
Engaged.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember
we were talking about
your
that.
husband was a videographer, and I was like, oh, interesting. But we had already booked someone.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I remember that.
Were you happy with your product?
No, I definitely like his work better.
I will say it's a common experience. I will just fluff my husband up there for a second.
So you met your husband. What's his name?
Kurt. Yes.
Wait, that's kind of cute. Yeah. You don't want to name Jake Kirk?
No.
Kurt.
No.
Kurt.
His full name's Curtis, so we were kind of going between with this baby being Jacob or Jake.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't it annoying though that like you go by Kurt, but like your legal name's Curtis? So I just felt strongly about Jake.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want him to be named Jacob. And
I was going to say, do people have feelings about that? Because I feel like I've heard people get upset about that.
And so they're like, well, you could still call him Jake. And I was like, well, and then I was like, okay, everyone, his name's Jacob. And then like I woke up the next day, I was like, no, his name's Jake. And now I feel like really sure. So,
good.
I don't know any Jakes that are Jacobs.
Yeah.
Like even if that is their name,
they don't want to be Jacob.
They're a
They
Jake.
don't change their mind.
Yeah. So I'm affirming your decision.
Yeah. And I just like it's short. Like, I just think it's cute. So.
I have a goddaughter named Emmy,
Mm-hmm.
Emmy, and
Mm-hmm.
they, for her first like 5 years of life, they were like, oh, should we have done Emery or Emmeline or Emmeline?
Yeah.
But she's Emmy, you know?
Yeah.
And there's no...
Yeah.
I wish... Well, my name's Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
But I only
What?
go by Becca. And so when I meet people, they're like, oh, are you Rebecca? I'm like, no, I'm Becca. I don't know the owner of the company.
Yeah, so I never really had a nickname. Like, some people call me Jen, but like my mom and my sisters, but that's about it. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like once you're a name, you're a name.
Yeah.
Like a Jen and Jenna are so different to
So
me.
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not a Jen.
So it'd be weird to just I
Or
don't
a
know, have
Becky. Like,
yeah.
that is just like another
It's like a different
world.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom's Jennifer. Shout out to my mom. She's a loyal listener.
Oh.
And she's like, don't call me Jenny. But she'll do Jen. But Jen and Jenny are very different.
Oh, yeah. She is
Mhm.
not a Jenny.
She's not a Jenny.
Yeah,
Don't ever
she's-
call her Jenny.
She's a Jen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even Jennifer. I don't know her. You know?
She's just Jen.
She's just Jen.
Yeah.
Jen's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, we're really trying to get better about our mocktails so we actually have time to enjoy
I feel like
them.
a mocktail's a little stretch of this.
Yeah, so
We're having water today.
a mocktail is a mocktail, no matter what.
Okay, so today we have, I'm going to really dress it up. We have nugget ice.
Okay.
Really crunchy, really delicious. A lot of the pregnant women love it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have,
Agua fresca.
but I get
Water.
my water delivered here, so I know it's prime.
Prime, fresh mountain spring water.
Yeah, like
from the mountains today.
from today. It was
Delivered
yeah.
this morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
fresh off
Crystal.
the spring.
From
Clean.
the snowfall.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
fresh
it's in a
snowfall.
glass
Okay.
jar, glass to glass, because
Yes.
plastic. We
We
don't know her.
And sprinkled on top is Himalayan salt, straight from the Himalayas.
Yep, carved off the
Wow.
mountain.
You guys went out of your way for
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, we know
It's a
you're
long hike.
pregnant and you
Yeah.
really need those
Minerals.
electrolytes and
Yes.
minerals.
Yep.
So
Only the
Enjoy.
best for Jenna.
it's not just salt.
Such cute cups.
It's the lemonade salt flavor from Element, which is my favorite through my
Mhm.
pregnancy, through like first trimester, can't drink water without gagging. This is what I drink
took
every
a
day.
sip before we cheered.
It's
Oh,
okay.
you're
We
fine.
forgive you.
Yeah, forgiven.
It's actually exactly
then-
what I needed.
Yeah,
'Cause I haven't had water today
breastfeeding.
yet.
This is my favorite.
It's perfect because I'm not really like a
mocktail-y
flavored
girl.
drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So we
like
knew it was
just
intuition.
a touch.
Little touch. I only drink my water at night. Is that like a thing I should be concerned about in the dietitian
I mean, you do
world?
everything at night. So like she's like your classic.
Night owl.
Doesn't
Mhm.
eat until 4 p.m. and
Yeah.
then wonders why she feels like she can't stop eating her
Mhm.
hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
And then I drink water all night long.
Yeah.
Like
If only
2
you
of
had
those
like
bottles.
a close dietitian, like best friend in your life.
Yeah, I've tried. we even had an appointment. She was like, if it's official, maybe I'll like listen to you.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's set up an appointment.
Yeah. I
She
have
did
a
eat
water
breakfast
problem.
today.
I've been eating more breakfast lately.
Yeah.
And it's because I sleep a lot. That's my problem. And then, you just start work and then it's just, you don't think about food.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm like, it's breakfast time.
Yeah, I'm starving.
No, I don't crave anything ever. I eat like one meal a day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, Jenna. So you meet Kurt.
Kurt.
I knew
Curtis.
Curtis. We're just gonna say Curtis.
Yeah.
So we meet Curtis
He's never gone by Curtis in his life. It's okay.
in 2015.
Yes. Yeah.
How old are we? We're graduated or we're in school still?
So I'm just starting my internship.
Okay.
So I think we met in August and I started my internship in September.
Okay.
And it was 2 years long.
Oh, your internship was, did you get
Yeah.
a master's?
No, it was like a second bachelor's.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a coordinated program.
Oh,
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So whatever that means to people listening.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There's one person out there that's going to be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
so
trying
see you.
Yeah, well, it was like 20 months. So it was not a full 2 years, but yeah. So
So you were engaged pretty fast.
yes, we got engaged after 10 months. So we met in August and then he proposed. I don't think we became official until September, but he proposed on the 4th of July.
Aw.
How
Yeah.
did he do it?
So 4th of July.
Betty, you're a fire.
No, tell us the story. I'm just giving some background music.
4th of July is like my favorite holiday. Like I love the
Aw.
fireworks. I
Yeah.
love to see like big shows. So
Mhm.
and then we went to Tahoe and
Uncle
he took me
Santa
on I think it's like
Christmas.
Tahoe Girl or something. Some like dinner cruise ship.
Oh, wow.
Ew.
And
I've been
then
wanting to do this.
yeah, and then he proposed during the fireworks.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I love
He
that.
didn't get down on one knee, though, which I had pictured. I mean, I wasn't too picky. I was just happy to get engaged.
Ring on the finger.
It was sweet.
We're
He said
moving
he
on.
felt like embarrassed doing it in
Yeah.
front of a
That's
bunch of
probably
people.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But then somebody like overheard us, and then they like took a little video. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so it was
cute.
sweet. Yeah, and then we had a longer engagement because I was finishing up school, and I always wanted like a fall wedding. So yeah, we were engaged for like almost a year and a half.
Okay, so you got married in 2017?
17.
Okay. When did the conversation about kids come up?
Well, I wanted to have kids like years prior because, like I told you, I was going to get married right out of college.
You're like, I am actually supposed
That
to
did
already
not
have 3
happen.
kids by
So
now.
how old are we? Like 25?
I got married when I was 29.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if it were in the cards, I probably would have gotten pregnant right away. But
Mhm.
I worked as an on-call dietitian, which would be just like not very smart to probably have a baby because I just would get called in several days a week, like on the spot. So childcare would be really challenging to
Mhm.
figure out. So I had to wait until I could get a benefited, like more stable position, but that took longer than expected. It took almost 2 years. So I knew it was probably coming though. So we started to try in December of, 2018, I guess. And then I got pregnant pretty quickly, like 2 or 3 months after that. So, and then I got benefited and I could move on because I was like, I need insurance. And because I think at that time I was doing like the covered California because I was over 26. I couldn't be on my
Mhm.
parents. So I was like, I need insurance and I need like a stable job. So it took longer. Like that's all I would talk about. Like my coworkers would be like, we know you want benefits so you can have a baby.
I was like, I feel like I remember you texting
Yeah.
like, Kaiser's finally gonna get me this position, or I get enough hours or whatever to get the benefits so you can have your babies.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So finally got it. And then I'm glad I stuck it out because I really wanted to stay with Kaiser, and it eventually led to my job, which is part-time with eating disorder. So it's kind of like the
Dream.
perfect
Yeah.
mix. And then my husband has a rare illness called PKU.
Oh,
He
yeah, I'm
can't eat
familiar.
protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I always think it's so cute that he married a dietitian.
yeah. So he also would really benefit from me having Kaiser insurance because they have a really good genetics department.
Yeah.
So how do you know about it?
Well, just because I went through midwifery school, and so like the
Mhm.
newborn blood screening at
Oh,
birth,
yeah,
that's like one of
yeah.
the main
Mhm.
ones that we test for. And then like the common, does he have like the super blonde hair and stuff like that?
Well, he doesn't have any hair, so but he was blonde as a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because I wanted to see if I was a carrier because, like, if I was a carrier, then 1 in 4 chance we'd have a baby with PKU.
Yeah.
So my OB didn't really know how to, like, test for that, so she ordered the heel prick that babies get, and the lab was like, "No, this isn't
For
the right
you.
test."
Here's my heel.
And then they ended up figuring out what test it was.
My heels
and-
are so calloused, they would never get a blood drop.
Yeah.
So gross. You're welcome, listeners.
Yeah, so they ended up getting the right test, and I'm not a carrier, so
So none of your kids have.
Mm-mm.
So what are
Yeah.
the odds if there's one parent and then not the second parent?
It was like 1 in, like, they're like, we can't say for sure, but it was like 1 in like 5,000.
Wow.
So
On the test, like on the heel prick test, I'm asking for myself, and I guess you're about to have this baby. Is there like a marker? Like, is there like a deeper test they have to look at if there is a parent positive?
no, I think it's just if they knew maybe I think because I have been tested, I'm not a carrier. I think like it's not really an issue,
Yeah.
but I think like I know my sister-in-law was like not sure. Like I don't think they tested because my brother-in-law doesn't have it, but like he's a carrier.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Well, I don't know."
I need to confess something I'm feeling very guilty about.
What?
Like on the camera?
On camera.
I'm really scared.
No. Poor sweet baby Cal, my third baby. I did the newborn screening, and then they mailed me back. Like I had his blood stamped, his little heel, you
Mhm.
do that. And then they sent back the thing that said like, okay, now pay $300 or whatever. And I lost the paper. And I've never done his like newborn. Like if he has anything, I have no idea.
No, they would have called you. They still run it. They just don't release the results to you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm like 99% sure.
I think about that sometimes, and now I'm thinking about it again, and I'm like,
if it was sent in, they run it.
Yeah, I got something back that was like, send a check to this, and I was like, a second postpartum, so I lost it.
If it was significant, they would have contacted you.
I can move on now.
Yeah.
But you should still get it. So you
I can't find it. I don't know.
No, like you just call the company and pay the bill.
Okay.
Is that because you did a home birth? Like
I guess it's really. I mean, he doesn't have a social security. No, he doesn't have a social security number because like that's the one annoying thing about out of hospital is you have to go get the birth certificate. Mm-hmm. You have to go get the social security number, which I did finally make an appointment for. You have to get the newborn screening.
Yeah.
So that's
he hasn't had the hearing test.
Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't get a hearing test.
That you're third kid.
Tack it on. It's the third kid because with Leighton I was like, oh, this is hard, but I did it all.
Yeah. I mean, my hospital tag's not packed. Yeah. Like.
It's fine.
I filed for disability like the day before. I'm like, I hope I get paid. We'll see.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm so curious, and maybe this is so off topic. Did they have the newborn screen when your husband was born, or did he have symptoms and then they tested?
So they did know about it. They were testing, but it happened at a good time in like
medicine.
Because a couple years earlier they thought that you could stop following the diet after 5, and then they found out that wasn't true, and so he like was past that cutoff, and he has classic PKU, so he can have very little, but like compared to other classic people, he can tolerate like a little bit more protein. Mm-hmm. For people who maybe don't know, he can't eat any protein, so he can't have like meat, eggs, like even like the fake like vegetarian meats, like the Impossible meat, like those are all really high protein. Mm-hmm. So so he just had like really good genetic counseling. Wow. His parents helped him follow the diet, and he just lives on this like little protein supplement for most of his protein needs. So yeah,
that's like a life-changing, obviously, but one to parent and one to live with.
Yeah. And his mom says that like the geneticists kind of sat them down, and they were like, usually this is a harder conversation. Like this is an illness you can live with, you can thrive on. Yeah. So he's like such a good sport about it. Like usually he's apologizing to people like, it's okay, I've never had bacon, so I don't know what I'm missing. Mm-hmm.
People feel sad for him. He's like, I'm okay.
Yeah, he knows how to like, he figures it out. So
well, we can get into your first birth story because you got pregnant. The timing worked out perfectly. Mm-hmm. You had benefits, all of that.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on birth and like your influences?
Yeah. So, I mean, I wanted to be a mom since I was little, like just like a little girl, like playing with baby dolls. I think one time in high school, I told my mom, I was like, I want a baby so bad. And she's like, right now? And I was like, well, no, not right now. I don't want to be a teen mom. Like, you know, I know that's some people's journey. It was not mine. So yeah, I just like, I always wanted to be a mom. And so that's where I think I just always pictured like, I'm going to get married right out of college. I'm going to have kids like in my 20s, and I wanted 4 kids. So it was something that was like on my like top of mind. It definitely, because I felt like I was also like having kids later than I expected. So I got pregnant, and then I had Caden when I was 31. So, I was excited to be pregnant. I was like hopeful it wouldn't take a lot of trying. I think it took 2 or 3 months. I mean, I can't imagine going through infertility. Like, I mean, I had a little bit of that with this pregnancy, but, just like the heartbreak of even just like trying and it not happening after a month or 2 is like so heartbreaking. So, I was happy that it did happen relatively quick with him. And I love being pregnant. Like I don't have super hard pregnancies. My husband would say I do, but like I don't get super sick. Like just like a little like not feeling great the first trimester, but I was excited to have like a belly. And just like just know what it feels like. So
So was your like big part of pregnancy just to experience it, or were you like thinking about the birth, or just like, I'm going to be pregnant and then there's going to be a baby?
Yeah, I didn't think about the birth too much. Like I wasn't necessarily afraid of it. I didn't know what to expect either. So I think I was just like, I just want the baby to be
Yeah.
here. And I was excited to I think I had a lot more fear the first time of something happening.
Mhm.
But I think aside from that, it was just I enjoyed being pregnant, but I was also very eager for him to be born and
Yeah.
to know he was safe and hold him. So
Do you remember reading any books or utilizing any resources for birth prep?
I think I bought a book on the what to expect or something, but I'm not a big reader,
Yeah,
so
just kind of sat there.
I didn't read it. My sister, she had 2 kids before me, so um, I talked to her a little bit about it, but yeah, other than that, and then I had friends who were pregnant, but I think I was just wanting to be there
Yeah.
already. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, let's get into it.
yeah.
When did labor start?
So I thought I would be early for sure. I think a part of me always wanted an October baby. Never happened. My son was
Yet.
born in November. He was due in November, but I was like, I'm gonna have a baby early. I was 4 days late. I think I got a membrane sweep. I don't even know really what those are, but I got one. One crazy thing that happened before I had my son was I was out walking my dog. I had a dog at the time, and he was not very friendly towards other dogs. And there was a dog that was off leash who started to come straight towards us. And then my dog hates dogs. He's trying to protect me. He's on leash. My mom was on the phone with me. I had her in an AirPod. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go." She thought I was being attacked.
Oh my gosh.
But the dog attacked my dog.
Oh my gosh.
And I was holding my dog back, and he scratched up my belly all over. So I called labor and delivery just to, tell them what happened. They're like, "Yeah, you should definitely come in. We need to see if you're okay." So when I went in, I think it was November 12th, they said that I was having contractions. I couldn't feel them. And then I went into labor about 36 hours later.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You went home and came back?
Yeah, so they
Okay.
sent me home because I wasn't in active labor. They just
Mhm.
said that there was they were seeing contractions.
Mhm.
And then I think I woke up in the middle of the night with contractions, and I was kind of I think this is it. And they got more and more progressive. So I was I probably should sleep, but I ended up getting up, taking a shower,
Mhm.
getting ready. And I think I was closer to the 511 around 6 in the morning. So I woke up my husband. I was like, "It's time."
So
So
exciting.
yeah. So then we went to the hospital, and I think I had this big fear of them sending me home. I heard stories about that, and I don't know why I would feel so much shame if they were like, "You need to go home. You're not ready," as if it's something you just know.
Yeah.
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 That is
It
silly
feels-
that a lot of people feel that
A lot
way.
of people are afraid of that.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
like a failure, I think. It's not a good or bad thing,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
does come it feels like a failure.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I don't know
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
How
especially
dare
it's
I?
a little invalidating if it's the most you've ever felt and you go
Yeah.
there and you're like, "Help me," or
Yeah.
do something, and they're like, "Nope, you're doing
Yeah,
fine."
because I think they checked me and they're like, "Oh, yeah," I was like, "Am I being admitted?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're being admitted." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Do you remember what dilation you were?
I think it was 4 centimeters.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, they admitted me, and then I knew I wanted an epidural, so I got one pretty quick, and I mean, after that, I just remember feeling, really warm and cozy. I think they put, the peanut in
Mhm.
on me, and, they just, rotated me side to side. I think I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be such a fast labor, I'm probably gonna have this baby by, the afternoon," and the nurse was like, "Is this your first baby?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Okay."
You
But
keep thinking that's
yeah,
sweet.
but it actually I don't think it was relatively long because I had him around, 7 or 8 PM.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
that's great.
fast.
Yeah,
And it
so
started the same time the night before, right?
yeah, it started at, 1 in the morning.
Okay,
So
so fast
yeah, I
for a first
pushed
time.
for a while. I think I also got sick right before, so I couldn't figure out the pushing. For whatever reason, they wanted me to push for 10 seconds and then push again for 10 seconds,
Mhm.
or something about the breathing. And it was I was like, "I don't get what you guys are asking me to do." And I kept coughing. I couldn't hold my breath, or do the breathing without
Yeah.
coughing. So they ended up giving me a little bit of oxygen. But eventually I was like, "Can I just do it how I want to do it?" And I
Yeah.
just eventually was
They
able
let
to. And
you?
yeah. And I was like, "Am I doing it right?" They're like, "Yes, you're making progress." But it just felt like I wasn't doing
I'm so proud of you
pushing
for
right.
listening to that because it is so
Mhm.
different for all women,
Yeah.
how not everyone makes progress with that
Yeah.
traditional purple pushing.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like I didn't even learn that in, like, a birthing class, so it just or, like, what you see on movies or anything, I was like, this just felt weird, and then the fact that I couldn't, like,
Hold your breath.
hold
Yeah.
my breath long enough or
How
yeah.
weird that we can't hold our breath on our back with the baby on our
Yeah.
vagus nerve.
And then with a cold
Yeah.
and I was,
Yeah.
like, coughing, and I was like, I can't do this,
Yeah.
so, yeah, but eventually, he came. I tore really bad for him. They were stitching me for over an hour.
Oh.
I think they said I tore, like, basically the worst, like, the second worst,
Like a
so
3rd-degree tear.
yeah, yeah.
gosh.
So,
I'm so sorry.
so it was hard to like, wanted to see his face, like, they let him do skin to skin, but I couldn't really see him from, like, the angle that I was at, and
Mhm.
so I was like, "Are you are you guys almost done? Like, I wanna, like,
Mhm.
see him." So I didn't realize how badly I had torn.
Did the epidural work postpartum, like, for that repair?
Yeah, yeah, it just was kinda like I was just I think I had no pain, it just felt uncomfortable, like and also, I'm like, "I wanna see my baby's face."
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
haven't really been able to see him, so my mom was, like, taking pictures and
Yeah.
trying to show what he
Yeah,
looked like
that's
to me.
hard. Yeah. When you
Yeah.
How
feel
was
like you
that
can't move.
recovery?
I didn't maybe realize how severe it was. I think I should have probably listened to, like, don't, like, walk up and down stairs, but, like, I came home and my floors had, like, dirt on them from my dog, and I'm, like, vacuuming and, like,
Oh, Jenna.
2-story home, so I think I, like, look back and go, "I probably should've just, like, laid down and relaxed a little
Yeah.
bit more," but, yeah, so I think my pelvic floor has been thrashed since, so I'm
Mhm.
excited to work on that
Yeah.
postpartum.
Yeah.
This for real this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it just takes a lot of work
Maybe
to
this
do
time
it.
you can rest.
Yes.
Now that you have 2 kids running around.
Yeah.
Now that you
Yeah.
have 3 kids, you could rest now.
Yeah, I just have to let other people, like, help
Help.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I feel like my postpartum was pretty easy. My sister, like me and my one of my childhood best friends, we joke like she taught us everything she knows about breastfeeding because we had no issues with like milk supply and like nursing. I remember she visited me in the hospital and she kind of showed me like which way to like turn the baby and she would help me with like all the pillows. Like it's funny with the first, I felt like I needed like 20 pillows to nurse.
You needed
But
those.
yeah. And then like with the second, I'm like doing laundry and nursing
Yep.
and walking around. Um so yeah, I think like I was very weepy for the first 2 weeks. Like I
Mhm.
just would cry for no reason. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying. I just love him so much. So I was like a little worried I might have postpartum depression or anxiety given my like history, but it all seemed to kind of clear up after those like initial baby
Yeah.
blues.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was motherhood everything you thought it would be, or was it a surprise?
It was definitely like I think everything I thought and more. So
Aw.
yeah, I think I just like had longed for it my whole life that like I was like sobbing when he like finally came out. I was
Yeah.
just like, this is like just a dream I wanted my entire life. So
That's so special.
yeah. Yeah. So it just felt like finally like I think there's always a fear that like I would not ever become a mom. So I
Mhm.
was really happy to be like, okay.
Mhm. It
You
happened.
got
Yeah.
your baby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 years later that you had your second, right?
Yeah, so they're about 2.5
Okay.
months apart or 2.5 years. Months.
Woo!
Yeah, 2.5 years apart. I wanted to have them a little bit closer, but I'm glad my husband's like, "I think we should wait a little bit longer." So, I really liked the age gap, and she was pretty quick too. She only took about 2 months of trying. Yeah, she was also a pretty, like, similar pregnancy. I didn't, like, notice anything much different between, like, boy and girl. Um, and she also came a couple days late. I think she was 3 days late. So, yeah, her story, had more sadness with having another, like, than I expected. I was like, "It's gonna be so different." Like, did I, like, wait enough, but did I have enough time with my son all alone? And so I think, like, that transition was a little bit harder of just being prepared for like, like I felt like I just needed to soak in these like last couple months with my son. And I was started to just get really sad about like how bedtime's going to be different and how like our relationship's going to be different. So I think I had a little bit of mom guilt. But she's a funny story because I I think I thought my water was leaking with her. So I went into labor and delivery. I had just had like a membrane sweep the day before since I was like a day or two late already. My water wasn't leaking, but they did another one. And then since we went to labor and delivery, my in-laws had my son. So we're like, okay, they sent us home. I was like, let's go see a movie. So we decided to see Top Gun Maverick, which had just come out.
You're texting them like, they're going to keep me another hour to monitor.
I might have to stay overnight.
Yeah.
It's like really tough. Send prayers.
Yeah. So we wanted to go see the movie, but my he's a huge movie person. And he was like, well, I don't really want to see the movie because like, what if you go into labor and we have to leave early? And I'm like, well, they'll probably give us our money back. And I'm like not gonna like have the baby within 2 hours, like if I start going into labor. So he was like really concerned though that we were not gonna be able to watch the whole movie.
He was like, I'm not gonna even enjoy it.
Yeah, because he really like, and it's one of our favorite movies. So so as we were watching it though, I was getting very consistent contractions.
Oh no, you're like,
yeah. Did you tell him?
So I was like timing it, and like halfway through the movie, I was like, we're gonna have to go to the hospital like right after this. Because they were so consistent. I was like 511 again. And I was like, okay, like we are going straight back to the hospital, I guess. But the second I got out of the seat, my contractions went away. They got kind of irregular. So I was like, oh, okay, that was weird. So we went home and I was still getting them, but they were so irregular. Like sometimes they'd be like 9 minutes, 20 minutes, and then sometimes they'd be really close. Some would be really strong and painful, like to the point where I was like, I had an epidural at this level of pain, and other times they would be fine. So I was like, okay, well, they're not going to admit me like this, so I probably just have to like sleep. So I tried my best, but I was like in so much pain. I think my husband had gone to bed late that night too. So at like 1:30 in the morning, I was like, this is like unbearable. Like, I think I need to go in, even though they're not consistent. I'm in like way too much pain and I want an epidural. And so we ended up driving to the hospital, which is like 25 minutes away. And I didn't have a single contraction on the way over. So I was like, great.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah. But then when I got there, I had like 3 back to back. So they were just like so funky. Like, I don't know why. And so they did give me like a little pushback where they were like, well, we don't think you're in active labor. So if you want to be admitted, you're going to have to be okay with Pitocin, which like, I don't really know much about that, but I was just like, I just want epidural. So
yeah,
like,
you're like
I will do whatever it takes to get admitted. And I ended up not needing it because I was very like just irregular the whole time, but I was still progressing. So even like up into her birth, like my contractions were not like normal or rhythmic or anything. So I was able to get in, and like they were so painful. I was like waiting for my epidural. And then like my husband's not like I don't know how to direct him enough to like help like ease me or like pull my hips or anything. So and he was like, it was like the middle of the night, like a worst case scenario, like just laboring in midnight, no sleep. And so the second I got the epidural, I was like, I want to have a third kid. And the nurse was like, well, now you do. You just had the epidural. I was like, yeah. So,
nice.
yeah. So once I got like past that part, I was again like very warm and cozy.
Yeah.
Just they did the peanut thing again and kind of just rotated me. I tried to sleep as best I could, but it's really hard to sleep when you're
Do you remember
about to have
your
a baby.
dilation when you got admitted?
I want to say it was 4 too, but so I
Okay.
didn't understand like why.
The pushback.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, I don't know.
Maybe the irregularity.
Yeah. Yeah. But then it was weird because I had 3 back to back there, like walking like to
and
the
it was
bathroom.
progressive. Like you grew in dilation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it can be due, and I'm not here to like, I don't really like to comment on it, but position or like the baby's high or
yeah. Yeah. So it felt different. Like it felt more painful and just
different.
than my first. So I wasn't expecting that.
What was the timeline like after the epidural?
So I think we went to the hospital around like 1:30 or 2 a.m. And then I had her by, I want to say like 8:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So, I mean, they kind of just rotated me throughout the night. I didn't really sleep at all because I'm like, there was like rest. I mean, I'm not
I'm
gonna
about
fall
to beat my
asleep.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think I had midwives for that one, and my nurse was like, "Are you like, are you ready to push? Like, do you?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And she's like, "Well, you'll feel pressure. Like, you'll definitely know." I was like, "I don't feel anything. Like, there's no feeling." And so she's like, "No, but you'll definitely feel pressure. Even you won't feel pain, but you'll feel pressure." And I was like, "Okay, I'm just letting you know I can't feel a thing." So she's like, "Well, let's just check, and why don't we do like a practice push?" And she's like, "Well, stop pushing." And then she had to go get the midwives, and she was out in 2 pushes.
Wow. Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah.
That's
So,
amazing. Any
yeah.
tearing with that delivery?
I had, like, a slight tear, I guess,
Okay.
but definitely the recovery felt, like, way better than my first. So I think
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, how bad my first was
Yeah.
until I was like, "Oh, like, this recovery," like, I was up and walking and moving without pain
Yeah.
much quicker with her, so
Yeah. You don't have to answer it, but with your first delivery with that third-degree tear,
Mhm.
what was the recovery like for, like, using the restroom, for
Mhm.
sex? Was it anything, like, life-changing, or was it 6 weeks and things were better?
I mean, it definitely was pretty painful. Like, I didn't ever look at it, but
Mhm.
I felt it, and I was like, "Oh." Well, like, I don't there's lots of, like, lumps and bumps down
Yes.
there.
Yes, like, what is that?
Yeah, the stitches were kind of itchy,
Yeah.
but I think, I definitely think my pelvic floor got pretty destroyed, and, like, it's something I probably, like, should have worked on more, but also I had my first during the pandemic. Like, he was born in November 2019, so the
Mhm.
pandemic hit. So
Mhm.
I did try to do pelvic floor therapy, but, um, it was virtual. It was, like, on the phone. I was like, "This doesn't like,
Yes.
it's just, like, not
Yeah.
helpful." So I think I just kinda, like, lost that, and, like, I know they say, like, don't wait till you're, like, done having babies to work on it, so I did find, like, an online course that I really like for this one, or, like, a exercise
Mhm.
program, and it was like, "Oh, wow, this is, like, really helpful," but I had to stop because I was moving, like, mid-pregnancy, so I just had no energy to exercise, but I'm, like, really like, I think I had all the signs, like, you shouldn't pee yourself when you run, which I'm a
Oh.
runner, so
Yeah.
that was, like, something that was very clear was an issue after having my son,
Mhm.
and, like, peeing myself, sneezing,
Yeah.
so, like, all the
Mhm.
fun things, and my sister's a PT, so she told me, like, she connected me to one of her, pelvic floor therapists, and they're like, "Yeah, that's never normal." Um, People normalize it because it's just most women struggle with that,
Mhm.
but, like, you can basically strengthen your pelvic floor, so, yeah, I definitely wanna work on that, but the
Yeah.
the recovery, I think, was harder, but I had nothing to compare it to, so
Yep.
I think, like, it took me having my daughter to be like, "Oh, this is, like, a lot easier
Yeah. Mhm.
recovery."
Mhm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we have a severe tear, like, you'll have another severe tear, so
Mhm.
it's awesome that you did enough, it sounds like, time and recovery
Yeah.
between the 2 that it was okay.
Yeah.
How was that postpartum?
Again, like, that one was, I think the 1 to 2 was a little bit harder because I still had the weepies, like, I just know that about myself, I'll just cry for no reason a lot, I'll just, like, look at the baby and start crying, but I think also just my son, like, he was fine, like, my husband put him to bed, my mom stayed with me to help us for a couple weeks, and, like, kind of mostly, like, pour into him,
Mhm.
but I just remember, like, just being so sad that it just felt different, and I didn't know, but I think once I saw, like, his love for her, like, he, like, warmed up to her super quickly, he was so cute, like, he'd hold her, like, there's a little video of him when she sneezes, and he's like, "Bless you," and he's only, like,
Aw.
2 and a half. So he was, like, very in love with her, like, he loved to play on her, like, little play gym mat and, like, be around her all the time, so, It ended up being like once my hormones kind of leveled out, and then just like learning, like I remember like our first outing, we went to a bagel shop and I took them both, and you just get like more and more confident
Yeah.
having them. And he was a good little helper. So I think my kids will be almost 4 and 6 with this baby. So I think it'll feel even like easier
Oh, yeah.
because I think 2.5 is still very little.
Baby.
I just
Yeah.
realized my kids are the same
Age
ages
gap.
apart. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the 4 and 6-year-old.
Postpartum.
Like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for your third too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
That's fun.
my girls are 2.5 years
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
And Marin was not super into the baby. She was
Yeah.
very much in the thick of being a 2.5-year-old.
Yeah. I wanted to have my son potty trained. I tried so often. He was the slowest potty trainer ever. So we tried before the baby. We tried during maternity leave. We tried like a year later. And then finally he picked it
Mhm.
up. So that was one rough part, was double diapers.
Yeah,
Double diapers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, like again, she was a pretty good nurser. She did have a tongue tie, which I didn't think. I was like, she's nursing fine, like my milk's fine, and but they caught it, I
It was
guess,
your
at one of her.
pediatrician, right?
Yeah,
I think I remember
and they
that.
did like what's it called? Like,
Rhinectomy.
yeah. So I was like kind of in
Scaffolding.
denial because I was like, she's nursing fine. She's like, your milk supply is just really good, that like that's why she's gaining weight. So like I think I would have not thought it was an issue. And they're like, she will become like a lazy sucker if you don't fix it because your milk's just really like
Flowing.
robust. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was easier than I thought. And I'm glad someone caught it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Any plans for this birth or postpartum?
So will be another hospital birth for this one. In a perfect world, like he'll come, like I'll labor like in the morning
Have you
after a
seen that
full night
trend
rest.
of birth plan?
It's like, yeah, here's my birth plan. It's like I sneeze and the baby comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonce's my nurse.
Yeah.
The baby came out of a magic hole. My vagina's like brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby's 3 months old.
Well, it's funny because my sister, like, I was close with her. And so her second, she wasn't able to get an epidural in time.
Oh.
And so she would joke with me about my second, where she's like, get the epidural now. Like, like don't miss out on it. And so
Mhm.
I think I have like a big fear because she had she had broken a bunch of blood vessels from her
Your
birth.
sister did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think like that there's also that fear of like not having the epidural and the pain.
Yeah.
Like that's something I worry about, is like going into labor too quickly and not getting the epidural. And like I know my husband would love like a full night's sleep. So but yeah, it's weird because like I'm so uncomfortable this pregnancy. I have really bad, what is it, like the pubic symphysis
Mhm.
dysfunction. We moved in December, and so just like a lot of moving and packing and trying to get everything ready has taken like just a lot. Like I have to like be on my feet more, and
Mhm.
so I'm like uncomfortable, but I also know this is our last baby, so I'm like I don't want to like wish away pregnancy too quickly and like wish away the kick. So, and then also I want like my full 4 weeks of off work beforehand that I'm
Mhm.
entitled to. So I don't want him to come early, but then there's parts of me that I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I do hope that he comes like on time or like late. Yeah, we'll just do another hospital birth and epidural, hopefully. And
Yeah. I'll
uh,
pray for your epidural at 4 centimeters.
Yes.
yes.
You've had like they were very similar, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And I know I really don't like that. I don't know if anybody said this to you, but I kept hearing like the third is the wild card. I'm like, stop saying that
Yeah.
to me. So hopefully I'm going to say, no, you've had 2 that were like
Yeah.
very similar and you're going to have that again.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for that
Yeah.
epidural. You're going to get your peanut ball nap.
Yeah. And it's funny because like the things that you plan, like, because I follow, you tend to follow people who are like on social media who are in similar phases. And it's like I was following this one girl. I think she's like 3 weeks behind me, but she thought she was going into labor. And she's like, I can't have birth in these nails. And like, that's how I think. Where I'm like, I want to get a pedicure and I want to get my nails done, but I don't want to get them too soon because, but then I'm like, but I don't want to risk it too late. I'm like, do I get it tomorrow? And I'm like, I haven't shaved my legs. And I'm like, it's just funny that you want to feel like
ready.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
In my experience, I would say 99% of the time, those waiting things are like your permission of letting the baby come to. So if you get it, you could have a baby.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, or you do,
yeah.
He'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just want to soak in like the last few kicks and stuff too. And like, my husband's like, why, why do you want the baby to just like it seems like you want, like, you would feel better if the baby came like this week or something. I'm like, well, I don't like, he doesn't understand like how you just feel like beautiful pregnant. I was like, it's like the one time in life, like a belly is really just like celebrated. And I think given my history, like I just like in my history with my body, like it's just, you take so much pride in your body and having the belly.
Yeah.
And
it's
even
the
the
most beautiful
comments that
thing.
you get from people. I think I've been asked if you must be doing any day since like 20 weeks. I'm like, nope, I'm not, but thanks. Thanks for telling me how big I look.
Yeah. People are so rude.
I know.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
Just say
exactly what they think. Yeah. There's no filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear about Jake's arrival.
Yeah.
Never Jacob.
Nope.
Yes.
4-letter Jake. I love it.
Thanks
He'll
for
love
sharing
his
your
name.
stories.
Yeah.
I love it. I love when everything goes according to plan and is, I'm not going to call your births easy because it's never easy.
Yeah.
But just smooth.
Yeah.
And uneventful. I
Yeah.
mean, even that's like not true. Like you had a baby.
Yeah, it's the biggest event ever. No, but the listeners will appreciate where you like go in and for the most part you're listened to and supported and like things progress without many interventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just have a baby and you go home and you raise that baby and breastfeeding simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hoping that for this baby too.
Yes.
Especially with the nursing piece. I was like washing my pump parts yesterday. I was like, oh gosh.
We're doing that again.
Yeah.
The
Washing
of
and
hearing that.
sanitizing them.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah. But I'm excited. So
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. Now I'm invested. I have to like hear when this baby's born.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I see the announcement.
So fun. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
We do a little cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Another cheers.
Another cheers. All the cheers.
All the cheers. Thanks for joining us on Girly Pop Birth Talks, where we hold space for the messy and meaningful journey of becoming her.
If today's story moved you, made you laugh, or reminded you of your own strength, we would love it if you subscribed, shared the episode, and left us a quick review.
We're so glad you were here.
Seriously, you're one of us now.
We can't wait to do this again soon.